Hey, what's up? I'm Cylic, and welcome to Etheria Restart. I imagine you've heard of this game, but just in case you haven't, Etheria Restart is a new turn-based gacha game that is very similar to Epic 7 in nature. So it's an RPG just like it, it's also turn-based. But over the past few weeks or month, the game has garnered a lot of popularity in the gacha community as a whole, so a lot of people already know about it, and a lot of people made videos on it. But I really just wanted to make a video on it because I have been playing it since launch. I played the beta and really like it, so I think it makes sense for me to make videos on it. But today's video specifically, I wanted to showcase my day one experience with the game and explain how I feel about it and what progress I've made in the game, and my first day. So first, let's head over to the hero menu. But before I go into this stuff, I want to preface with I luckily did not end up rerolling at all, but I was planning on rerolling if I got characters I didn't care about. If you're experienced with the game, you can probably assume this is why. But because I got characters I definitely liked and definitely didn't want to reroll. And also, I am not free to play with this game. Well, I spent $2 on the game because $2 is 30 pulls, and that's worth it to me. I don't really care. I'm not meant to be free to play with these games. I'm just spending a amount of money that I feel like is okay. And if the amount of money is giving me good fun in the game, it's worth it. But with that out of the way, let's get into the actual video. So first, I just wanted to go over the characters I have and how I have them built and how they're playing in the game. So first up, we got Leon. Leon is just the first 5-star everyone gets for free. First new character everyone gets. Very just consistent normal damage dealer. She's red, and she's just very normal character, like simple. Her skill 3 is just AoE big damage, technically steel turn meter, but that really doesn't matter. W is just, or skill 2 I guess, it's W on PC, doesn't matter. Another AoE skill, it's individual hits, but very simple character. I just have her on a bunch of attack, it's pretty standard for normal early game. Lowered up her skill 3 because it's the most important one for sure. And for Shell, I'm running Agent Lizard for now. It's just the early game Shell that works best on her. I think technically like this one, Tamo Doji, would be better, but I already had this one leveled and I'm just gonna wait. It's fine for now. And then we have Lily, which is pretty much everybody's reroll target in this game. Like Vulcan, I don't know if you've heard of him, he's another gacha content creator, was streaming for 9 hours rerolling for her. I feel so bad for that because I got her in my first account. First account, I put Shadow Sonya and Lily in my first reroll. So yeah, I did not continue after that point. I was very happy. For context, Lily is widely considered the best character in the whole game. Very strong. This ability, Shadow Trick, applies this buff called Twin Trick to an ally, which pretty much makes the ally get way more turns, gives them your whole team speed, gives that specific ally crit damage, and whenever she uses her S1, that ally that you Twin Trick also uses their basic attack. So, and she also resets the cooldown of the character with this Twin Trick. So she's insane, completely broken, probably the best, definitely the best support in the game, probably best character in the whole game. Then we have Gray, another free character everyone gets. Very nice and strong character. His S2 gives everyone crit rate and gives himself an extra turn, and then his S3 is, if it crits, it gives Death Shred to the whole enemy team. Very strong, he's very nice for new players, and I just have him on speed. It's really all that matters on him. Effect accuracy and crit rate obviously matter a lot, but early on you don't have those sets, so for now I just have crit rate on these, and enough speed to get plus 12 Swift Rush. I don't have any skills leveled, but I have these prowess, which is like pretty much like the traces if you played Honkai Star Rail, or Awakenings if you've played Epic 7. These give stats, and these are really easy to farm, but these skill nodes that actually level the skills, this material, the lattice, is like super rare and hard to obtain a lot of. So I haven't been doing these on any characters except Leon because you had to, but I've been grinding these out on every character. Very good tip if you're new to playing this game, get these on all your characters, especially for like trying to do higher stages of like later in the video I'll talk about Terremoto and Doki Doki. These help so much because this is just a ton of free HP and defense that you're not going to be able to get elsewhere. So super nice. And for shells, I again have the Agent Lizard. This one was for Rush. It's just the best one I have. In theory on him, I think you technically want like, there's potentially optimization, but it super doesn't matter early on. Just him being faster is what I care about. Next up, we have Valerian. Valerian is a sustainer. She's one of the 2 SR sustainers that most people use, her and Sonya. She's just the one that I haven't obtained. I have actually not obtained normal Sonya on this account, but she on her S3 equalizes everyone's health, which is pretty decent. And then she applies this weird unique effect pretty much on everybody's turn after she S3s. They get a big shield and a random buff that they don't already have, which is really nice. So pretty on in my team, it's almost always going to be attack buff or defense buff, because crit rate and speed are given by my other characters, Gray and Lily. So it's pretty nice, honestly. Most of my characters will have every buff in the game because of this. And then S2 gives invincibility to one ally and then heal over time to everybody. Pretty nice. It's not the greatest. Like, she's decent, but like when compared to more like optimal healers like Lingluo or Helkid, well, Helkid isn't a healer, but he has huge shields, just a lot better in general. But she's decent. I'm gonna use her until I get my selector character. And then Tima, I just got her randomly from my, I think it was my third 5-star or something. Yeah, because my first one was Shadow Sonya, then Lily, then her. She's an HP scaling DPS that also gives a big shield to your team. Pretty much your S3 gives is a big AoE taunt, and her passive is the more health she loses or heals, she gains stacks. So when she hits a certain number of stacks, she transforms into a big dragon form, where she does this big AoE damage skill that does percent damage over HP. So you just put crazy HP. I have like, what is that? 20k on her? So yeah, she has quite a lot of HP. I have the HP on her maxed. Triple HP percent shells or modules. And the shell is just an HP percent one that also heals her. This one's actually really nice. I don't know if this is optimal, but this shell heals her, and it's actually enough to just give her a stack of her passive. So this is just a free stack of her passive. It's probably not optimal by any means, but it's pretty nice. Because the other ones don't really do anything for her. Next up, Shadow Sonya. I don't currently have her built or I'm using her, but I was using her a lot early on, because she was the first 5-star I got, or SSR I should say. She's like the full dot character, and she's actually really good if you have a very specific team built around her, but she's kind of annoying, and I feel like there's a lot worse in content where you can't play 5 characters, but she's amazing in Aurora, so that's the content I use her in. She's also good in Terror and generic PvP, but PvE, but only if you like specifically build around her, and I don't want to force my account to do that, so I'm just going to hold off until I get to Aurora, and then I'll build her. But she's really good, like especially with an SR Fangus. These two together do a ton of damage. Like they can apply like 5-6 dots in one turn cycle, and then she S3s, and that's like, if it's 6 dots, that's 24% max health, just guaranteed true damage immediately, which is very good. Next up we have Dina. She's just a Terror character. She's also good for Aurora, but I'm not going to use her there. Pretty much, if the enemy is def shredded, she applies vulnerable, and if they're vulnerable, she applies erosion. Pretty much big damage boost. That's all she does. She makes the targets take way more damage. You just give a bunch of effect accuracy on her, and you make her always land these, and she makes your teammates do way more damage. Very nice. She pairs really well with Leon and in Terror. I'm running her on double effect accuracy, HP bonus, very standard. Only reason I'm running HP bonus is because Terror hits like a truck, and without that, your characters are just gonna fall over dead most of the time, unless you have like a Hellkit, which I don't have yet. I just pulled Rosa at the end of day 1, end of yesterday. Haven't built her yet. She's really strong, but she's more of an endgame character. For me, she's mainly going to be PvP, because I already have all my PvE teams set up. My account will be able to do Doki Doki, Terror, and Aurora with just these characters up here. Oh, and her. And Fangus. But, so I'm not going to use her for PvE yet, but she's really good. I'm going to use her for PvP. She does a million damage, but she just really needs endgame gear. Kazuyo, the referee, is just a Doki Doki character. Only place you use her, generally speaking. It's pretty much just because her S3 is a AoE sleep, which is really nice and makes them take additional damage, and in Doki Doki you need the mobs to be CC'd in some way, and she's just the most consistent and best way to do that. That's why she, literally that's the only reason. Currently she's unbuilt because I was running Terror, and I'm sharing Dina and Kazuyo's gear since they pretty much want the same things. So, next up, Fangus, I was talking about him earlier. Pretty much what makes him really good is this S2 passive. Makes it so every time a person takes an action, he has a percent chance to assist. I maxed out this at 50%, and his S1 can apply dot and also just does good damage. So if you have both of these up, you can like in one turn cycle apply like 4 dots just from this passive, which is like crazy. It's very strong. With Shadow Sonya and Aurora is insane. I haven't gotten there yet, but once I get there, that team will be broken. And those are the only characters that I've really been playing. I have these characters leveled, but I'm not really using them. So yeah, I have the main characters I'm missing, because I'm missing some characters that would be really nice. Let me go to the summon menu real quick to look at it. I'm missing a good few characters that I really wish I had. Primarily, Sonya. Sonya is the most popular healer in the game, just because she's an SR that everyone has access to. She's worse than Linglo, pretty much just straight up, other than Element. But pretty much what she does is every turn she takes, she heals 2 allies for % of her health, regardless of what she does. And then her S3 is a revive that also increases max HP. So she's very strong, but I just don't have her. She would be nice, but at the same time, she's like, I would consider only slightly better Valerian in certain cases. So it's not the end of the world by not having her. The only other character that I don't have that I actually care about is Marvel. Most people consider this the strongest SR in the game, especially before his nerf. But even after his nerf, he just controls turn meter like crazy. He's can res down and speed down, which is really, really good, and decrease turn meter. Like, he's very, very strong. Turn meter manipulation is very, very strong in this game. So I wish I had him, but hopefully I get him at some point. Not the end of the world not having him though. He's not like needed for any PvE content by any means. But those are my characters and the stuff I'm using on them. But next, I wanted to go over the challenge menu, which is just pretty much all the content in the game. So let's just go in order here. So first up is Grim Pursuit, which actually, for context for this, I should have said this earlier, my bad. The shells on the characters, these are pretty much weapons or like light cones we played on Crystarial for the characters. It gives base stats the higher you level them, but at the same time, they're kind of like echoes from other ways if you played that, because you collect them and you upgrade them and you combine them together, and you can reroll their stats, like they have substats like gear. So it's actually really cool. I honestly love the shells. It's super fun. I think Echoes of One Ways were like some of the coolest design in gacha for gearing. So I love that they did something like this in this game. But going back, Grim Pursuit is where you grind those shells. So in here, there's all these different bosses with 2 different modes, and in here is where you drop the different shells, and each boss drops different shells, and each difficulty drops different shells. Well, it's just more. Like, if you can do the higher difficulty, you always do it. But yeah. So this is actually pretty fun. Pretty simple content, but the shells are very nice. And they can have different, what are called matrices, which are just set bonuses, which are actually the same set bonuses with your gear. Your modules is what they're called. So you want to have the same module sets as you do these, which is also really cool. I love that there's so much, like, diversity to the building in this game. That's a nice thing about it. I'll just run one of these right now, because why not? To show what it's like. This one's really annoying, because this boss can petrify you. But I'm just going to play this team. This is the team I've been mainly using, or this, depending on element. But since this boss is blue, I definitely don't want to play Leon, because Leon's elemental disadvantage. And in this game, elemental advantage or disadvantage is, like, incredibly important. Like, this is probably the most important thing in the game. You never want to play an element disadvantage in PvE. It is like actually unplayable. But yeah, this is just, I'm just pressing the normal buttons for this team. I have the manual for this team, sadly, because Lily's S2 on auto will auto target the ally with highest attack, which in this case will be Gray. But Gray is not my main DPS. I don't want it to target Gray. I want it to target Tiamat, who's actually doing all the damage. But so I have the manual with this team. I can never auto with it. Well, I can, but it's way worse. Whenever, hopefully S1, nice. That's what Lily does, by the way. Lily's S1 will, has a chance to make your Twin Trick ally assist, which is really strong with Tiamat, which just triggered her to change forms. This is her dragon form, and now when she basics, she does that. A lot of damage, it's very strong, and it's why Lily's so good with her. It's like considered the best, one of the best energies in the game. But this content isn't very hard. It was when my teammates were squishier, and it still can be if Tiamat gets petrified. Okay, I'm ulting. I shouldn't have said anything. I mean, it's still gonna, we're still gonna win, but oh yeah, she also grants the Twin Trick an extra turn when she uses it a second time. Very fair. But yeah, this content isn't the most challenging. It can be later, I assume, although I have not gotten there technically. But for now, it's pretty simple. This will kill. But yeah, this is a very standard team. Pretty much everybody is rerolling for Lily. If they have a Tiamat, they're gonna run something like this. They'll probably have Sonya or Linglo over the Valerian, but Valerian is just who I have. And as you saw, we got a shell there. I think we got one of the Budo Pandas. But yeah, that's Grim Pursuit. And then next is Threshold, which is like the artifact farming for most games. If you've ever played that game, this is pretty much just like Chronos or Apep from that game. Or in Epic 7, it's like the hunts, but like instead of dropping crafting materials, it just drops gear, which I prefer. I think it's kind of annoying the other way around. So, but for these, they're actually very challenging, very fast. So I've beaten hard 3 on Terror, but it's like very unlikely I'm gonna be able to beat it again. So we're just gonna go right into hard 2 to show this off. My Terror team currently is this. It's all right. The biggest issue is it's the sustain. Valerian struggles to solo sustain content like this because she's very much so a passive healer, and this content, if a single person dies, you pretty much auto lose because the boss gets a second turn, which sucks. So it's a big problem with Valerian in this content, but it's fine. It works. But I'm probably going to get Hellkit from my selector, which I'll talk about later. But that's primarily because of Terror. It'll make Terror way easier if I have a character like him. Pretty much he's just a way more consistent sustain for this type of content. But in this fight, I could totally be autoing it. It would do the exact same thing I will do, so it won't make a difference. But yeah, pretty much these two, what are they called? Arms, I think, have different effects. You can read it right here. But like the one on the right, action advances the big guy, and the one on the left just does a bunch of damage. So the general strategy is to go on the left and then target the guy in the middle, because the one on the right is too tanky to ever kill. But that's that. And then we have Doki Doki, which takes a while, so I'm not gonna run it. But this one, I'll just go into here to show my team. For this one, I'm running Tiamat because of the element. Red element, which is Lian, is really bad in here, so I don't want to use that. So I'm using Tiamat, and otherwise, the only other difference is instead of Dina, I'm running Kazuyo. Kazuyo is the CC'er for this team, because if you don't CC them, they have like a 50% damage reduction, so you pretty much double your damage if you run a CC'er, which is really nice. But otherwise, very simple. It's ways to set up a boss, but the boss empowers them, so that's how that works. Okay, and then lastly, there's technically one more, but you don't unlock it to level 30, so no one's here yet. No one's gonna be here till day 3 probably, unless I don't even think it's possible. Even if you're max refreshing with all of these, I don't think anyone's level 30 until tomorrow. Would be the earliest. Most people are gonna be level like 25 by the end of the day. Next step is investigation, which is just like it's just your XP farm. There's nothing else to it. It's just where you farm animus XP or character XP. You just feed them to your characters. Very simple, very normal. GP Outpost, that's where you find it's like trace farming for HSR if you played that, or Spirit Altar for Epic 7. And in this, it just drops the materials directly. Again, nothing else to it. Each element has its own. Each element, the mobs are that element. Very simple, very standard, and it's very important though. So I've grinded that probably the most. Well, probably Threshold the most, but it doesn't really matter. And then down here, these are all like limited time or temporary, well, I shouldn't say temporary, they're like side content that don't take stamina, but give you rewards. I've done as much of this as I can. I've gone as far as I could. I've not done Phantom Theater yet. I will do this sometime later. I actually don't even know what it does, but seemingly it guarantees supply packs, which give money. This is Ascension material and level material, so seems decent, but I'll look at it later. I don't know what it is. Shell Story is a daily event currently, where you have these dice that you just throw, and it progresses you on this board and gives you rewards, so just a fun event. Cubic Game is another event that's happening right now. This one's actually kind of cool. You place all these little buffs on the board, and depending on the amount of buffs, these stages will give you more points, and the higher points they give, the more rewards you get at the end, so it's pretty nice. It's interesting. It's alright. It's decent content to do on the side, but it's not like none of that stuff's main content. But that's all the main challenge mode, which is majority of the content in the game. most of your time is spent doing Grim Pursuit, Threshold, and Sheepy Outpost. That's where you're going to be spending like all your stamina. We got events, very standard for these games. And then Hyperlink Charter is like the main quest area for this game. So I guess in Epic 7 turns, this is like the Path of Air. So you get all these different quests. Like there's each different one has different like there's the Animus one, the Shell one, Module one, and the main commission. So they all have different like themes of the quest. Currently, mine I have to upgrade to Animus to 5-star. I can actually do this one pretty soon. Might as well do this right now. Actually, no reason not to. Well, I might not have the materials, but I'm gonna try to get my Lily up to 40 because she's a character I will use forever. Let's see. Can I? Do you have the materials? I do not. You need 4 of these things. I'm surprised they didn't give you them if they want you to do it, but I don't honestly know where I'm supposed to get them then, but obviously from somewhere. I wonder if any of these give you them. Seemingly not. Weird. Oh, whatever. But at some point I'll do that and that'll finish this and give me these rewards, which will be nice. But yeah, these are just the main challenges everyone does. That give good rewards and like pretty much like the Path of Air in Epic 7 show you how to progress through the game. The last main bit of content, well, there's guilds in this game. I've been applying to all of these, but I've never gotten into one because it says that for every single guild. The current number of applicants has reached the limit, and no guilds accepting because like there's too many people that need guilds, and there's not enough guilds to support it. This is daily quests and weekly quests, very standard like every game. You get XP from these though, so these are really, really important because XP is like your number 1 priority early on. So absolutely do these, absolutely do your weeklies. This should be number 1 priority every day, as well as spending your stamina, of course. Which, by the way, this is stamina. It's called stability in this game, I guess. But I think, oh yeah, one last thing. Arena. This game actually has a really cool PvP scene. I'm really excited to see it, but I'm pretty confident that this game's PvP will be really popular, and I'm very excited. But these other forms of PvP have not been unlocked yet, I guess. I don't even know that. But just this is like the main like arena in like Epic 7, just the arenas like this. But I am pretty sure Summon Arenas are TA. I don't know what Fearless Arena is. Maybe it's like a tournament thing? I don't know. I've not seen it yet. But yeah, actually, I'll just go through some arena matches because why not? Most of these teams are going to just be bots, but I think this team on the right should be an actual player. Or at least some halfway decent teams. Oh. Let's try this. I might not be able to do it, but let's see. 5-star Tsukiyomi, Valerian, Gray, Leon. Like, I feel like this is going to be very good into it, right? Well, honestly, I think I can just one-shot it with Lily. We love. The Tsukiyomi though is really fast. It's actually really annoying that she's going before my Leon, even though I'm metering up the Leon. Only one of those landed, which is nice. Oh my god, that does so much damage. But the Valerian will help a lot. So, and then I have this. I have to try to kill the Leon, I think. And now she's gonna get a turn. Hopefully this doesn't just kill everyone. Oh wait, here. This is why Lily's broken for PvP. Because she just extended her cooldowns, that's why she didn't use her skill 2. Yeah, that kills the whole team. If she got the skill 2, she probably would have killed my whole team. But because of Lily, she landed the skill reset. So, nice. Lily's S3 can delay skills, by the way, which is very strong. So yeah, in summary, I've been enjoying this game a lot, and definitely will continue to make videos on it. Like, I will probably make videos on this at least daily. If not, I might make a second one today even. I don't know, we'll see. Which I guess may come as a surprise because the game is very, very similar and just pretty. It might feel like a copy and paste of Epic 7 or Summoners War, those types of games. But what I think sets this apart is just the progression feels so fun and satisfying to me. Like the Threshold and Grim Pursuit, just modernized gacha progression, like the shell system and the modules. They just feel unique and fun. Maybe it's just Honeymoon, but that's how I feel like it is in my opinion. So I will definitely be continuing playing. It's very fun. But yeah, that's gonna do it for today's video. Thanks so much for watching. I really appreciate it. And if you want more videos like this, please feel free to like and subscribe. But yeah, that's gonna do it. Peace and goodbye.